Welcome to the Fight for Our Citizen podcast. I am your host, Matone, Uncle Fox. And today on May 7th, I stood in Phoenix, Arizona with Apache Stronghold as they return to the federal court and fight to protect Oak Flat against Resolution Copper. What I witnessed today was powerful. I saw my daughter and nieces holding Save Oak Flat signs with pride. I stood beside my uncle, cousins, and nephews singing Apache songs that echoed generations of resistance. The courthouse steps became sacred ground filled with ceremony, strength, and unity. Before and after the court hearing, powerful voices rose up. You will hear speeches from my goddaughter, Nizhoni, and my uncle Wendsler Nosie before they entered the courtroom. And afterward, from Vanessa Nosie, attorney Luke Goodrich of Becca Law Firm, Naelyn Pike, and then my uncle Wendsler once again, closing the day with words rooted in prayer and vision. The judge announced he will issue his decision by May 14, no later than 5 p.m. Until then, we stand in prayer and hope and in continued resistance. Here and now are voices from today, uncut and from the heart. This is what it means to fight for our existence. We begin with Nizhoni, my goddaughter, whose words carry the hope and urgency of the next generation.
Gonza. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nizhoni Pike, and 11 years ago I had my sunrise ceremony, my coming of age ceremony at Oak Flat, where I became a woman. And these women and girl that's standing next to me, they had their sunrise dances. They became a woman at Oak Flat there. Each and one of them, they're holding their posters, and that this is Soleil's partner right here that had her dance as well. And Lozen's holding Lacus, who can't be here with us here today, but her mother came to represent her. And we have Nomi, and Naelyn is holding Sandra Rambler's granddaughter, who fights so hard. She's my idol because she's an elderly Apache woman who fights so hard, and her granddaughter had her sunrise dance there too. And my little sister's holding me when I had my sunrise dance ceremony at Oak Flat. And Lozen is supposed to have her dance in October at Oak Flat. She's my sister, and the government is denying her to express her religion, to have her coming of age ceremony there, to become a woman there. She does not want to do it on the reservation where they imprisoned us. We want to go back home. She wants to go back home. It's hard for me to talk. You never really hear me talk because I have really bad anxiety. But I know I need to voice my concern. I need to voice and stand up because this is my homeland. This is where I became a woman. This is where I was reborn to become a woman. I transitioned there. Each and one of us did. And I don't understand why they are going to rip me from my mother. They're going to rip me from my connection that I was reborn from their my umbilical cord that I connected and rooted there. I've gone there since I was a little girl, since I was a baby, and they're gonna rip me away from my mother. They're gonna rip all of us away from our mother. Because of the earth, it's not just Oak Flat, it's this whole planet that we need to protect. Because I know I want to be the one that says, I fought for Mother Earth because I wanted her to live. I didn't want her to die. I don't want to be standing on the other side. I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to be there. I'm going to stand there. I'm going to dance. I'm going to sing, do everything I can to protect her. I don't want to lose her. None of us want to lose her. I want my kids to have the opportunity to visit Oak Flat, to Biłdagoteel, so that they can see where their mother had her sunrise dance, so they have the opportunity to become a woman there. Because they're depriving my little sister and that little girl right there from having the opportunity to become a woman there, to reroot there. I don't want to lose the animals and the plants and the water that I've connected with. I've seen the artifacts of where my people resonated, and I can't tell me that we were never there because there is proof. There is proof, and I am proof of that. And we will continue to fight. We will continue to fight for Oak Flat and all Mother Earth. Because it's not just here, it's everywhere. It's this Naelyn, it's Mount Graham, it's in the north, it's in the south, it's in the east, it's in the west. Every direction we need to protect. And I just know I just know that Mother Earth, Oak Flat, is where I am rooted, and they're gonna rip me away from it. I don't want to be ripped away from my mother. I don't. I want my kids to be rooted there. I want my kids to see it firsthand and touch it and run around. Thank you guys for all coming. It means so much to me to see each one of your faces here, because it is a reminder to the government that it's not just us, it's all of us that are going to stand together against them. It's not just an Apache fight, it's everybody's fight. Thank you all. I'm going to let my grandfather Wendsler come up. He has taught me everything I've known. He's taught me the way of life, to respect Mother Earth, and I know I am so proud to be his granddaughter, because I would not want to live any other way. So I'd like to present my grandfather Wendsler Nosie Sr.
Now you hear from my Uncle Wendsler Nosie Sr., spiritual leader of Apache Stronghold, speaking before entering the courthouse.
And did the prayers and the songs. You know, this fight that we're in is going to long surpass us. It's all going to be you young men and women's fight, just like the girls here who had their sunrise ceremony. And as I was explaining to them that today, you're going to hear nothing but lies. You're going to hear the United States stand their ground of this land transfer, and then you're going to have Resolution Copper really add more lies to the issue. And you're going to feel drained, you're going to feel disappointed, but you got to remember that these are all lies. The EIS on the other side of the law indicates what's really going to happen, the pros and cons. And for Resolution Copper, for them, they've given you the positive, but they never have told you the negative part. The Southwest is going to be contaminated. Then all religious faith is at risk, because ours is the oldest here in America. And they made it clear that they know we are tied to the earth, so they have to cut us from that. Then they say everybody else that has a Bible, you have no connection to the earth. And so what we see is that it totally becomes a corporate country. Your children forever will be in a corporate country. And young people, do your studies, because you're going to see corporations buying water pockets. If you just go back 25 years, you're going to see how much government land has been given up to corporations. Then you have the problem of AI, technology coming in. Those are taking your jobs. I mean, let's not let them think we're stupid, because that's where all the employment and stocks and bonds and everything is going to go. So where does it leave the people? These are worries that are coming. And as they say, water is going to be gold in the future. It's so true. But who's controlling the water? The government has given this all up to corporations. They're going to dictate your grandchildren, your children. This court hearing here is so important for all of us. It's not an Apache fight anymore. It's all of our fight of survival and about why we're here. And if you hear the geologists speak, there's not enough. So why are these people taking everything for no future for our children? And so today, I ask that you listen clearly to what the United States is going to say. I ask that you listen clearly to what Resolution Copper is going to say. They're not going to tell you nothing about the contamination. They're not going to tell you nothing about the robotics that are going to be taking the jobs. They're not going to tell you nothing about what's going to be left behind. You're not going to hear none of that from them. But it's like this evil way of speaking, of paralyzing you to believe that that's the future. Because those things they talk about, we can't survive with it as human beings. I mean, it's going to destroy us as human beings. It's destroying what actually gives us life in the cycle of life. So don't get frustrated, because this is not the end. It is the end if you quit. It is the end if you walk away. It is the end if you're like some of these people that are working in this corporate life. I tell my kids, this is like the new Egyptian, when you see those people control. This is what this is, and this is what you live in. But the very thing that keeps us alive is disappearing. We're in a point where sustainability is so critical to all of us. But as long as we keep lying to our children that this is going to sustain us, then we're walking our children to the end of the cliff. Don't be a part of that. Know where water is at. Know that these clouds bring water and where it fills the aquifers. Know those things. Don't leave it up to your congressional people. Because we won't be here if our Congress people, the state, and in here in the state of Arizona, they all know this. If they would do something and pull back the EIS and tell the United States, no, we want all of Arizona to see it first. None of those leaders have done that. And if you look who gives them financial support during election, you will find Resolution Copper right there all the time. They're more loyal to them than to you. And it's sad. Those are the leaders that we have today. So that clearly tells me they don't care about us, and they definitely don't care about you, even though you think so, but they don't. Look at their actions. Look at their decisions. Don't be naive. We're in a time to not be naive. We're in a time that if we're going to keep the system, put the right people in place. But as long as we keep doing what we're doing, we're going more to the edge of the cliff. So this case is not about us Apaches. It's about all of us. The precedence is going to be set. I don't know of any other big case coming up behind us, but this is the only case that's talking about land, the minerals, and the spirituality that makes us who we are. So do not get discouraged of what we're going to hear today. You're going to hear evil talking at its best. But from what they say, you're going to already know how to overcome that if you believe. But if you don't believe, you're going to be stuck in one place. This should anger you to do better and work harder for our children. So again, don't get discouraged. Me, I'm ready to hear what the United States is going to say. I'm ready to hear Resolution Copper's lies. I'm ready, because you know what? We're going to turn around and tell the truth. And it's sad that if our leaders, our government leaders, would force Resolution Copper to bring forth the real EIS, then I guarantee you 98% will be against Resolution Copper. And I know we are at 95%. But because of their lies, they give the assumption that Arizona wants this. Of course, those who have made deals with them have already sold their souls. We have an opportunity and a chance at this moment, and you're born in this moment. Set the example for our young ones. Because it's about life. It's about what God created. So again, I just ask, do not be discouraged. It gives us work. We have work. Because whatever happens here we're still going to the Ninth Circuit Court. Whatever happens here, we're still going to the Supreme Court. They haven't won yet, but if we do nothing, they will win. So we have to move forward. The pilot light of the religious fight is on. Where do we stand? Are you going to drive the good vehicle of what God made it to be, or are you going to drive the bad one? We have to move the good from now on so that we can save this country and set the example for the rest of the world. Because you know what? We are being blessed. God has blessed us. You have to understand that. God gives gifts. He has given us a gift, and it's going to be our choice to throw it away or hold the gift He's given us, because it's about all of us. Last but not least, as much as I hurt, as much as I'm angry, I've learned that by holding myself and praying, I can see the evil more when it's out there speaking. I'm going to go in here and listen to what they have to say, because I'm guided spiritually. So all of you, we're trying to find out how much can get into the courtroom. But please, I'm going to ask you now, if you are a person that cannot hold yourself from speaking, then do not come in the courtroom. Because there could be many things that are said that can hurt. But if you yell out, even though this is a public place, I will take you out. Because that's not how we are raised. We are raised to watch the evil talk and say what they want to say. From that point, we know what to pray about. We have made this march in a spiritual way. We got fingers thrown at us. We had people yell at us, people trying to run us over, but not one word came from these runners. So do not blow it for them who brought the sacred of prayer here. So again, I don't know you and who's going to make into the courtroom. But if you have something negative to say, I'm asking you, for our children and our belief, do not come in. You can yell and scream out here if you want, but not in there. Because I want to see the evil at its best. Because I want to know how I'm going to attack that. But if you're yelling and screaming and saying things in that courtroom, then we become the evil one. We look bad. We change the narrative. It's been a long journey from those people before me. And it's been a blessing journey because a lot of these people are gone. And my mother always used to say, don't argue back, because the repercussion will come to them. So let evil speak, we will hear it, and we will know what we need to pray about. So yeah, thank you.
After the hearing, Vanessa Nosie, my cousin, speaks on the microphone and introduces Luke Goodrich. He's the Apache Stronghold attorney who explains why this case is not only about land, but about religious freedom for the native peoples.
Yeah, everyone, thank you for coming out and supporting and standing with us to save Oak Flat and to save Mother Earth. I'd like to call up and introduce an amazing man that has took on the fight with us to protect Oak Flat and to fight against this evil in this world, to save not only our people, but everyone, and to save Mother Earth. Our attorney, Luke.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Wendsler, Naelyn. Thank you to all of you who are here today. We are all part of the fight to protect Oak Flat. We went into court today to highlight a profound injustice. Our government, your government, the United States, admitted in court today, it knows that Oak Flat is sacred. It knows that it took it from the Apache people by force. It knows that the Apache people are still today engaging in sacred practices there. that they can't engage in anywhere else. And yet it told the court today it wants to rush ahead with a mine that will completely swallow Oak Flat in a crater and end centuries of Apache religious practices forever. That is profoundly unjust. That is deeply evil. And it is something that has been going on for 500 years, and it is long past time for that to stop. Apache Stronghold brought this case over 4 years ago, calling our government to account, saying this is wrong. We have laws, we have a constitution, we have religious freedom, and this is bigger than profit. This is about the Creator, about the Mother Earth, about who we are as human beings. Every one of us has a thirst for the sacred. That's who we are. It's how we were created to be. We were created with a connection to the earth, a connection to the Creator. And what the government is doing is trying to sever that connection forever. That's wrong, it's illegal, and we ask the court today to stop it. Now, we don't know how this court is going to rule. But the court asked some good questions, asked good questions of both sides, showed that the court is listening. And we are hopeful. We come here hopeful that we can get a just result. We're making arguments in this court. We've made arguments in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and we have a case right now at the U.S. Supreme Court. And I'm just so grateful to see everyone out here today, because this is not just a legal fight at all. And certainly not my fight. It's not even just your fight. It's not even just Wendsler's fight or Apache Stronghold's fight. This is a fight that goes back hundreds of years, 500 years and beyond. And all of us standing here today are joining in something that's far bigger than any one of us, far bigger than all of us today. And it is just an absolute privilege to stand on the side of justice. And we can know that no matter the outcome of the courts, we hope to win. We expect to win. We expect justice. No matter the outcome, though, we're doing the right thing by fighting. And the legal fight is only a tiny part of this. And that's why it's so great to see everyone out here today. Everyone has a part to play in this fight. The runners who ran, the children who ran, the families. All of us have a part to play. And just by being here, by raising your voice, you're joining in a fight that goes back hundreds of years and that will continue. So thank you. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for standing to protect Oak Flat. Now I'd like to introduce Naelyn Pike, who many of you know, and who's been at the forefront of this fight. Naelyn.
Now we hear from my niece, Naelyn Pike, who reminds us that the fight is about protecting culture, ceremony, and generations yet to come.
Biłdagoteel, she Naelyn Pike Ahia, Ashant, thank you for all of you here today. We packed 2 courtrooms full and packed the sidewalk outside the court. Telling the United States government, Resolution Copper, and all of those who follow the path of corporations and corruption and greed, that we will fight and protect Mother Earth as her children. The notions that I felt today were overwhelming. Today I heard Resolution Copper say that they spent $11 million to maintain the assets. My religion, my way of life, my culture is not an asset. It is our way of life that we've had since time immemorial, and it is priceless. You cannot pay our people off. You cannot pay us off, because we will stand strong to our beliefs since time immemorial. Resolution Copper says that they want to destroy Oak Flat and that we won't have immediate harm. They are using those assets every month to destroy and take away our water, to make the land dry. That is immediate harm, because we as human beings are the water. Oak Flat is the water. The springs that run underneath that land is us. It is immediate harm. The women that you saw earlier here today tell you that. They are testimonies and accounts that they are affected by Resolution Copper and its mining project. The U.S. Attorney said that there's two paths to the federal judge. But there's not two paths. There's one path that she forgot, and that is a path to the future generations. Indigenous people for 500 years have had their paths taken away from them, have had their journey stripped away from them. But I am here to tell you that this path remains. I am a living, breathing being that embodies the ancestors before me that will fight for the future and the yet to be born. Resolution Copper and the United States government say that we are in the weeds. We are in the weeds. But guess what? Our ancestors seeded each and every one of you, and we will sprout like the blooming flowers of the tomorrow. We are mighty like the saguaro. We are rooted like the mesquite. We are graceful like the spring water, and we will remain. Our religion, our prayers, our way of life will continue, and I will fight for that. The heart of this religion is the heart of this movement. So we pray tonight, tomorrow, and forever. Let the federal judge make this decision for the future and break the cycles of 500 years of genocide that continues today in our communities, in our neighborhoods, on our earth, and in our families. So thank you, because I stand here strong, ready to fight, ready to pray, ready to sing, ready to dance, just as those before me. So I'm ready. Let's be ready.
And finally, my Uncle Wendsler Nosie Sr. returns with the closing words after the court hearing, deeply rooted in faith and resistance.
This is really tough to see our young people, not just Native people, but all young people that have to endure what capitalism does to everybody. What Naelyn is expressing is what we all feel. I don't know when we're going to have a case like this again that includes all of us. All of us. When is that case coming again? For Native tribes, my Native brothers and sisters who are here from a different tribe, you're under attack. What are your government leaders doing? The government leaders need to stand for their people. They need to stand hard because they control so many things. It's time that we quit bickering among each other. You young people from whatever tribe you come from, this should push you into leadership. Because look, we're all no different from each other. But I call on the tribes today, where are you? Where are you? Yes, they support, but do more than that. Because you heard what the United States government just said. It doesn't matter to them, we're not a priority. And they made it clear before that we're still property of them for over 500 years. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm definitely going to tell the United States that based on all this, I want to be free now because you need to give me a parole board hearing because you had my people in the concentration camp for over 500 years. They forget that if they call us and they say they own us, then it's time for me to ask them, I want a hearing to be free. This is what our children are facing. So people, not just Native people, religious people, you heard what was said. How are you going to preach now? Where do you stand? Because you have the vast numbers that you can educate. Listen to this case. If they can do this to the Native people, what about us? We have no standing. Honestly, you don't have a standing because they made it clear by their actions, their rules. And that's why I'm so grateful to Luke, because like he said, it's not just an Apache fight, it's all of our fight of to exist and to live forward. So I will challenge all the religious groups, where are you? What are you preaching? Because you have to remember, Mother Earth gives us life. That's the most important thing God created for all of us. Today we are given a big lesson. Do we believe, really, do we believe in God and the Creator and Mother Earth? That's what we're all being tested. How are you going to preach? Send that worldwide. Be truthful to your children. This is scary. I don't know how much more I can tell you. They're taking the water. They have you concentrate on things on the other side of the world, but yet here, so many things are happening under our feet. And they will say, well, we told you, you did nothing. It's time to really know why you're here, why we are here. We would never be here if we weren't blessed. These young girls are sunrise people. They bring the next generation. Girls are going to be denied in this place, of a holy place. And of course, it's really tough for me to sit there and being in the tribal government for over 30 years and being raised for us to trust our government. And to know that the United States has a trust responsibility to the Native Americans, and they forfeit all that right in front of us. Nowhere in there did the United States care about our children. Nowhere. So if they can treat us like that, imagine how they're treating you. I always try to find why you can't help us. Now I understand. You have to step out of the box. You have to. If you stay in the box and follow this system that needs a great overhaul, then you're doing it to your children. But most importantly, you're doing it to what God created for all of us. The very first gift of life, Mother Earth. So I hope you took and will take what the United States said. Break that down. And Resolution Copper gave you the first eye view of how corporations think and what they do. All of this was prior. They never asked for approval from anybody in Arizona. And if you're from Arizona, you got to talk to your Congress people. They know this stuff. They're walking away from it because it's all about money. They can easily pull back the EIS in the federal government and say, no, we want to look. We want our people of Arizona to decide the future. Where are they? They make promises. They get elected. Where are they? They should be sitting in this cart, listening. And that even goes the same with tribal governments and mayors and everybody else. How can you be a leader when you're not even listening to these cases and seeing the people's feelings and what we think? So people, I just want to say thank you so much, because we would never be here if it wasn't for you. All the prayers, but we have work to do. We still have the public. While our attorney fights these legal battles, our job is to go public. Teach, tell, write. You have that ability. But if not, don't be the person that is a part of the murder that's going to take place. Understand that this place is a female. We fight for our murdered and missing women. But Mother Earth is the same. If we learn how to take care of Mother Earth, we learn how to take care of our women. Because it starts at the very point of a young person being born. So In ending, I know what my work is going to be. I hope you know what your work is going to be. You heard it firsthand. So again, different tribes, take this back. Don't be afraid to tell your tribal leaders, hey, where were you? You need to get on board and start protecting us. You need to start standing up. Because if not, we the people are going to do it. We're giving you an opportunity. If not, we're going to do it. Church people, what good is your religion when you're witnessing one that God created being destroyed? What kind of religion do you practice? You have a job. And everybody else within an organization. This is the battle of America right here for the future. Don't be the one sleeping. What are you going to teach your children, your family? So my mother always told me, son, they just showed you their weakness. We just seen their weakness. They don't have a heart. This is our medicine. Thank you.
To close the day, we stood together in songs. These two Apache songs carry prayers, memory, and strength passed down through our ancestors, still alive in us today. Well, what you just heard were the voices and songs of people refusing to be silenced. As we wait for the judge's decision on May 14th, our strength remains in ceremony, unity, love for the land. Thank you for listening to the Fight for Citizens podcast. If this episode moved you, please share it, talk about it, stand with us for however you can, because Oak Flat is not just a place, it's a prayer. It's who we are. Until next time, stay grounded, stay strong, and never stop fighting for our existence.
Thank you all for tuning in to the Fight for Existence podcast. If you guys want to keep up with the podcast in general, what you could do is follow the social media account. The Instagram account is going to be Fight for Our Existence. Again, that's Fight number 4 Our Existence. Go ahead and give that a follow. And if you guys have any questions for us, or you guys would like to be on the podcast, in the Instagram, there's a link. Go ahead and click that. No matter what kind of platform you guys listen to this podcast on, there's always that plus or that follow button. So go ahead and click that so you guys can get notifications when we upload our next episode. And if you guys are listening on Spotify, what you can do is go ahead and rate the show. And if you guys are only listening on Apple Podcasts, what you can also do is write a review for the show. Thank you all for tuning in to the Fight for Existence podcast, and we will talk to you next time.